Om Shanti, and a very good morning to you all. Today, we are going to read the Murli dated 1st March 1990. The title of the Murli is The Foundation of Brahmin Life is a Divine Intellect and a Spiritual Vision. So, in today's Murli, Baba is speaking about the golden and the high power benefits of a divine intellect. Mhm. Why do I say golden? Because the intellect is absolutely very subtle, and it cannot be really seen. So very subtle and high power benefits. Because Baba says if there's something that you can use to change yourself and others, then it's your golden divine intellect. Baba emphasizes on using this gift of Brahmin life wisely, because he says it is this usage that is going to gain you a number ahead. Because everybody's been gifted with this divine intellect, but how is Baba going to decide the number? It will depend on the way we are using this intellect. Also, Baba is giving us some practical points for checking about how are we using this gift, and where is my intellect throughout the day. Like, what does it keep? It keeps churning on. जैसे बोलते हैं कि बुद्धि टिक जाती है. So what is that where my intellect goes and gets stuck, or it gets easily, attracted to? So let's read the Murli together. Today, Bap Dada, the bestower of a divine intellect and the bestower of spiritual vision, is seeing the children from everywhere who have received a divine intellect. So who are we? We are those who have already received the gift of divine intellect. At the moment of Brahmin birth, each Brahmin child received both these blessings. Everyone has received a divine intellect and spiritual vision as a birthright. These blessings are the foundation of Brahmin life. The attainment of these two is known as Brahmin life, transformation of life, or dying alive. What is Baba saying? The attainment of these two is called actually the Brahmin life, the transformation of this life, and dying alive. Because see, when Baba says about dying alive, Marjiva Janam, or when he talks about transformation, that's Parivartan, both have to be done using the intellect. It is nothing on the physical basis that we are doing. We are not going anywhere. We are not typical sannyasis. We are not, those who have cut off from the world. No. But it is using this intellect. Through your intellect, you need to transform. And through your intellect, you need to understand that what is it called and what is it being. What does it mean when Baba says dying alive? Marjivachan. So the difference between the past life and the present Brahman life is particularly based on these two aspects. The past life and the Brahman life, present Brahman. The number for the effort makers of the confluence age is based on these two things. To the extent that you use both of these constantly in your every thought, word, and action, to that extent you claim a number ahead. Through spiritual vision, your attitude and actions are automatically transformed. Through a divine intellect, decisions are always made accurately and automatically in every situation for the self, for service, and for relations and connections in the Brahman family. So, what does the spiritual vision do? It makes your attitude and actions, it transforms your attitude and actions automatically. And what does the divine intellect do? It, it allows you to make decisions very accurate in every situation, you know, for the self, for service, and for relations and connections. So when there is an accurate decision made with the divine intellect, then the self, service, and the relations and connections become accurate and powerful on the basis of that decision. The main thing is of the vision and a divine intellect. Because see, this why is Baba emphasizing on this intellect? Meanwhile, I was just going through the Murli, and every time, like just a few thoughts just came to my mind. Every time Baba talks about yoga, he says buddhi yoga. He never says man yoga. So this intellect carries this power of connecting with him. Because probably I might have mentioned this earlier as well. There's nothing physical. I mean, how are we connecting to him? We cannot even see him. We cannot even uh, bring him down and show it to the world. There's nothing in particular that we have about him. It's just this intellect that goes there, that visualizes the soul sitting in front of the Supreme. And it is this intellect that connects with him. And that is why he keeps saying, Buddhi Yoga, Buddhi Yoga. You need to keep your intellect clean and clear, clean and clear. Because there are a lot of powers that this intellect is carrying. Further, Baba says, today Dada was checking the divine intellect of all the children. The first sign of a divine intellect is that the soul will recognize the Father, the Self, and each Brahman soul as they are and what they are, and will continuously continue to attain the right to take from the Father through that form as much as he wants. See, the first sign of a divine intellect is that the soul will recognize the Father and the Self. Forget about recognizing the other souls, but what is important? Like I guess 1 or 2 days back, where Baba mentioned about self-realization in the Sakar Murli. And he emphasized so much on, have you realized yourself first? So the divine intellect does that. And here again, a point of checking for me, that where is my intellect occupied throughout the day? Like in the golden nectar hours, in the nectar hours, have I really surrendered my intellect, my mind to Baba? And am I really allowing him to uh, give me decisions whenever needed? Because see, realizing the self, realizing the Father, And then again, he has said one thing, that you will recognize every Brahmin soul, who they are, what they are, and then accordingly you will come in communication and in connection with them. I, while I was just reading this, I could just come up with one, uh, like a slight example that happened a few years, like not years, but a few days back. In fact, this actually keeps on happening. A person from the center called me up. A soul from the center called me up, saying, discussing about. We just had a program the other day, and we were discussing about what needs to be done and how are we going to go and how is this going to. Then that particular soul came up with a few questions. Do you know where we are going? Are you in connection with them? Okay, a few such questions, like, that makes you uh, feel like a sort of an inquiry is going on, which was fine to me. I could answer that yes, how did I come in connection and why are we going for service there and what place is this? I could explain. But the moment I ended up the call, there was an instant subtle thought that this soul who was talking to me on the phone call was somebody who had already taken up a course for them, like for the person in charge of that place where we were actually going. That means they had already visited the center, they were already there, and this particular soul who, whom I was talking to was the one who had taken up their Rajyoga meditation course. But nobody in the center knew that. Why? Because probably because of a few reasons, the other person is not coming to the center. So we didn't know actually where we were going for this seva. We just had a phone. It was all conducted on the phone that we are going to come and Didi will come and this program will take place. But I just had a subtle thought that she has taken up the course, but I was not really sure. I guess it was Baba who just informed. And while we went there, everything was well planned, well conducted. And that lady there, the lady in charge there, she uh, recognized that person from the center who came along. And she said that इन्होंने ही तो मेरा course कराया है. And I was so shocked that Baba, how is this? Because due to certain reason, that person was hiding it from me, and I don't know why. But it was Baba who informed me earlier that just be informed that they have already done the course at the center, and it is this particular soul who has taken this up. But she didn't tell me directly. And then when we went there, the program ended up, the lady uh, herself told us that I have already done the course. So see how Baba keeps you informed. So while I was just reading this Murli, this thing came up because it was just a few days back this happened. And so the intellect needs to be clean, clear, for him to tell you that wait, where are you going? Let me tell you what all is there. Mhm. So further, Baba says the soul will recognize the self with regard to what Baba has made him, the service for which he has been made an instrument, the specialities and divine virtues of Brahmin life that Baba has given him, and the role in which Baba has made him an instrument, and he will make himself move forward accordingly. Quite a few, like a lot of powers hidden here. We will recognize the self with what regard Baba has made me, my specialities, how do I become an instrument, what is it that Baba has filled in me, and accordingly I can move with it. So this is known as knowing the Father, the Self, and Brahman souls as they are and what they are, and to make them move forward. This is the first recognition of the divine intellect. Further, a divine intellect means a holy swan intellect. A swan means cleanliness. It means to differentiate between milk and water, or pearls and pebbles, and to imbibe the pearls. It knows which one is a pebble and which one is a pearl, and it does not imbibe the pebbles. The first recognition was to recognize the self, Baba, and the Brahman souls. The second is a divine, a holy intellect. परखना जिसको बोलते हैं ना, the power to discern. So a divine intellect will have this. That is why Baba says a holy swan is shown as the vehicle of a confluence-aged goddess of knowledge, Saraswati, the embodiment of knowledge. All of you are embodiments of knowledge. That is why you are the lords of knowledge and the goddesses of knowledge. This vehicle is a sign of a divine intellect. All of you Brahmins travel through the three worlds with the yoga of the intellect. The intellect is also called a vehicle. The vehicle of the intellect is the fastest of all vehicles. The divine intellect is also called the power of the intellect because it is only with the power of the intellect that you are able to catch all powers from Baba. See? That we were discussing earlier, that I already said earlier, it is Buddhi Yoga through which we catch all his powers. And he often says that Buddhi sone ka bartan chahiye, to hold this knowledge. Now this is subtle, huh? The mind, the intellect. And then we need to bring all of this in harmony to stay connected to him. Right? The mind, intellect, and sanskars. What am I thinking? I am visualizing, and then I am emerging those sanskars in me. This has to be in harmony. What am I thinking? I am giving accurate decisions accordingly, and then I'm framing my sanskars. Right? So this is why Baba says, this is why it is called the power of the intellect. Just as there is the power of science. The power of science shows so many limited wonders. Many things which people today find impossible, science demonstrates to be possible. However, that is perishable power, whereas the other is the power of the divine intellect. Science is the power of the intellect, but not the power of a divine intellect. It is a worldly intellect, and it is therefore only able to think about and work for this world and matter. The best example that we come across for science today is this Google AI. Knows anything and knows everything. Knows even the subtle this thing and then everything. Like it can do anything for you, it can do everything for you. This is the power of science. But who created this? A divine intellect, right? So if science can do such wonders, what can our intellect not do? I mean, is there anything that the intellect will not be able to do if we have Baba connected with him, with this intellect? So the power of divine intellect makes you a master almighty authority and brings you recognition of God, a meeting with God, and the experience of attainments from God. Recognition of God, meeting with God, an experience of attainments from God. Whatever you want and however you want it, a divine intellect will make possible the impossible. Through a divine intellect, you can experience God's love, that's pure touching, in every action and experience success in every action. Of course, if you are going to be well informed by Him, it is your intellect that He's going to pull at that time. He's going to touch. कि नहीं ये ऐसे करना है. Of course, we are going to get success. Success is anyway going to come. But what is it that we need to do? Keep it away from waste. Keep it away from dirt. Do not indulge it in matters that are not important. ऐसे ही ना? This is the way we are going to save the power of intellect. The Baba says, maybe we can discuss this towards the end. A divine intellect can defeat any attack of Maya. Wherever there is a touching from the Supreme, a pure touching where there is no mixture, it is impossible for there to be a touching or attack from Maya. Let alone Maya come in. Let alone Maya come in. She cannot even touch you. In front of a divine intellect, Maya becomes a garland of success. It does not remain Maya. See, Bhagavan watch there. If you have a divine intellect, there's nothing called as Maya. But it's so nice. So he further says it is just like the Rajoguni Rishi and Muni souls who used to calm down a lion with their power. The lion would become their companion. It would become their vehicle and their toy because it had been transformed. So you, who are Sato Pradhan, Master Almighty souls, who are blessed with the divine intellect, what is Maya in front of you? Can Maya not be changed from an enemy? The power of a divine intellect is an extremely elevated power. Simply use it. Use it in the right way according to the time, and all success will be in the palm of your hand. Success is not a big thing. It is simply the cleanliness of a divine intellect. Just as magicians of today show the cleanliness of their palms, so the cleanliness of a divine intellect brings all success into the palm of your hand. We are magicians. So all of you Brahmin souls have attained all success, and it is divine success, not ordinary. This is why even today devotees go in front of your images in order to attain success. It is because you became embodiments of success that devotees go to ask for things. So did you understand what the wonder of a divine intellect is? Did the wonder of a divine intellect become clear? But what did Baba see today? What would Baba have seen? Teachers speak. You teachers have become master teachers like the Father. Have you not? A teacher means one who is engaged in service in every thought and word at every second. Only such a server does Baptada call a teacher. You cannot serve through words at every moment. You would get tired. However, you can serve with your features all the time. There is no question of getting tired in this. You can do this. Can you not? Teachers can only serve through words according to their capacity and according to the time. However, your features should be that of the future angel. Angels are the future of the confluence age. If this is visible from your features, such good service would take place. Since your non-living images, even in the last birth, are doing service through the features, then you, the living elevated souls, can easily do service through your features. Again, a very subtle point of checking here. Even if I'm not speaking, is my vibration, are my thoughts, is my presence affecting and impacting the atmosphere, the Vayumandal in a good way, in an elevated way, right? Because just as Baba said, you are not always going to get a chance to speak, but it is through your vibrations, it is through your presence that is going to make everything happen. And further, he says, your features should always have the sparkle of constant happiness, peace, and joy. No matter how unhappy a soul is, how peaceless or troubled he is, he will be able to make his future elevated through your features. You have this experience, do you not? Check your features at Amrit Vela. Just as you check the features of the body, in the same way, check that the makeup of happiness, peace, and joy are all right in the angelic features. Check this, and service will easily and automatically continue to take place. Do the teachers find this easy? You can do this service for 12 hours. You would serve through words for only 2 to 4 hours. When you carry out the work of planning and giving lectures, you get tired. There is no question of becoming tired in this. It is natural, is it not? All are experienced. But Bap Dada has seen that in the foreign lands, people keep many dogs and cats as pets. And you bring such toys here. You have many good experiences, but sometimes a dog or a cat enters and you take time to chase it away. However, you were told today that Maya will become a garland of success. There is a garland around the neck of all the instrument servers. So is there the garland of success? Or is it that although the garland is around your neck, you sometimes do not see it? You search outside for success. You tell the story of the queen who had the necklace around her neck, and yet she was searching for it outside. You do not do this, do you? Success is the right of every Brahmin soul. All your teachers are embodiments of success, are you not? Or are you an embodiment of effort and the embodiment of labor? Efforts should be easy, not laborious efforts. I so love this line when he says that, efforts should be easy efforts. You should not even feel the burden of Purusharth. It should be so natural. It should not be laborious. We are not laborers. And of course, when Baba is there, we are not here to labor, do it laboriously, but it has to be effortless. It has to be so smooth and so natural. Right? So Baba says the definition of accurate efforts is natural attention. Some say we have to pay attention. However, they are not aware when attention changes into tension. Natural attention means an accurate effort maker. Bapdada loves the teachers and he therefore does not allow them to labor. This is the love of the heart, is it not? Acha. Next time you will be told what else Baba saw. He will tell a little at a time. All of you are able to visualize your own picture. Are you not? So we will take the other part of the Murli tomorrow as it is a 2-day Murli. We will just take the Yad Pyar. To all the souls who are blessed with a divine intellect and a spiritual vision, to the souls who are embodiments of knowledge and who constantly use the power of a divine intellect according to the task and according to the time, to souls who always do constant service through their angelic features and are natural and easy effort makers. Baptada's love remembrance, and namaste. From us to our beloved Bab Dada, love-filled remembrance and namaste. So we will just take a minute in silence, and then we shall share points from the Murli. Om Shanti. We can share points from the Murli. Anyone? Hmm?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om
So,
Shanti.
Baba is really saying about the in divine intellect, the two types of intellects. One is the divine intellect, which is the Divya Buddhi, and the spiritual vision, the Divya Drishti. So, Baba says this is the foundation of Brahmin life, the sign of the transformation from ordinary life to our elevated life. So these everybody is gifted with these two intellect as soon as they took birth as a Brahmin. So with that we have recognized the divine intellect is the sign that is where we have to recognize the Father, the Self, and the Brahmin soul. Baba says so. It helps us to really take correct decision, accurate decision. So Baba says that the decision making, how we separate the pearls and the pebbles. And of course, like you brought out in Baba also, that the power of the intellect, with the power of intellect only we use, we do yoga and connect Baba and see Baba. Yes, so through that we make even the impossible possible. It's like Baba did a comparison between how science and the science is progressing with the power of the intellect. But here we have the divine intellect. With that we are, experiencing Baba, and yeah, success. We're experiencing success, God's love, and so on. Yeah, Om Shanti. Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm. Anybody else? I was just figuring out a few points, pointers, like what all does the intellect do? Mm. So we can connect to Baba. Then the intellect also has visualization power. Um, Then they say that it depends on the intellect, that the power to judge, decision making. So I was just churning on this and going more into deep, thinking that in my day-to-day life, or just a normal day in my life, like how do I find it easy taking decisions? Or do I have to wait, think? Of course, in crucial matters, like, we need guidance and we need support. But yes, maybe official, maybe professional, maybe at home, whatever. But how is my decision power working? Because that is one of the parameters to judge myself. Is my yoga with Baba proper? Mhm. Am I really in sync with him? Because if that is the case, then I'll be able to make my decisions very smoothly, very easily. Right? It would not be very difficult for me. So, like this, I was just churning about the intellect. Yeah, Girija sister, you want to say something?
Yeah, like when we all know that it's in the conference age, Divya Buddhi is a special blessing. It's a gift from God during the conference age. And when we do our first lesson, the first course, we are shown the Divya intellect. The picture is given of a perfect balance, which means there is a balance, means accuracy between right and wrong, between what should be done, what is to be done. And the balance is given away. It is only then through this divine intellect. And of course, Baba hasn't mentioned much about spiritual vision over here. And I was just thinking, he never used the word divine vision. He used the word spiritual vision. Probably divine vision only Brahma was given as a gift, not I. So this coming to this divine intellect, just what are the how to follow Srimad? What is Srimad? So we know it just changes from a Rajogini intellect, which is what it was in the Copper Age, or Tamoguni intellect, to a Satoguni intellect, like it's a lift. So how does it work? See, for a lift, what you need, you have to first stand stable, you have to close the door, and then you have to switch on, and then put on to which floor you have to go, and then the lift takes you up. So same way in the divine intellect, what is the door which I have to close? And what is the switch on I have to do? And will that work correctly? Or will the lift get caught in between? That's what was one thing I even wanted to churn. And what happens with the divine intellect? So I come to know what I was, what I am, and what I will be. That is what Baba calls it as a trikaldashi. So even if we have a divine intellect, even in ordinary actions, when a person is performing something ordinary, we will see divinity. We will turn ordinary into extraordinary. So to know that, we have to that close the door when I said close the door of negative illusions of Maya and all. This is how I was analyzing the gift as if I'm just taking up the course now. But my question is, wasn't there a divine intellect in the Copper Age? There was when so many scriptures were written, so many saints, and my favorite Paramahamsa Yogananda and all when it was there. Was not that Divya Buddhi already over there? So what is the difference? So can you say the Divya intellect between the Copper Age and the Confluence Age is just one extra ingredient? That is recognition of Baba as he is that the only difference? Because definitely there would have been spiritual visions and divine intellect in the Copper Age too, where there were so many of these spiritual philosophers and saints. So I was just asking myself the question, how do I, what happened to the divine intellect in the Conference Age, if at all there were one? And what is the difference? So why we only give the prerogative that it is only a gift in the conference age? If we could just have a comparative view, Umsha.
Mm. Anybody would like to share, would like to answer? Mm. I guess Baba also brought this point up here, like about Rishi Munis, that even they had this power. Mm. Like, they could, Baba spoke about a lion, they could just calm them down. And then we also see that there is a lot of Riddhi Siddhi also. But we not sure, like, why is that not called a divine intellect? Because here our intellects are being guided by Baba. Okay, and probably I'm not really sure, but that was about just a rough and a brief knowledge that I have. Both the atmic power that they had, Because the soul, every soul also carries some power. जो जिसको बाबा हमेशा कहता आत्मिक पावर, उन्होंने आत्मिक बल से किया. But here in the confluence age, we have this paramatmic power, paramatma ka bal. That is making the intellect more pure, more clean, more clear. And then Baba differentiates us with, like he says, you people are different and those Rishi Munis are different. By अल्पकाल की सिद्धि है, रिद्धि सिद्धि जो भी है. And even today he said that even you have those. But वो साधारण रिद्धि सिद्धि जैसा नहीं है. That's again divine. He mentioned the word divine there. So probably, not sure again, probably could be one of the reasons, because Baba is here, right here, and he was not there. Of course, those scriptures and those whatever was been written, that is also something unique. That is also spiritual. That is also, work. Some work being done on the same path. But the difference that I feel, it was just that soul part. Here we have the supreme soul attached with us. What do you say, Girija sister? I'm not sure really.
I'm
but
waiting to see our Honorable Bijit Bhai. He always comes up with some, insight. So before I say, I wanted to know, see, I got this one insight, what you spoke about. See, that I know that one God, that was a difference. But as you were saying, something came up my mind, but let me just see if anyone else, sometimes, see, whatever we are talking to you, Deepika Ben, please remember, it's a churning given by Baba. I always feel that why we are reading this Murlis. This Murlis are there so long, but I feel so happy when these Murli sessions are there. Why? Like as if I'm questioning Avyak Baba. I say, Baba, it's not like that. See, my Brahma Baba never spoke anything. It is all your power. So my Brahma Baba makes me ask. When I ask him, don't you think? He's saying, ask. What do I know? What Shiv Baba says, I'm just saying as it is. Tathastu. So I want to see if anyone else are there. Then when you said, something opened in me. So let me see if anyone else has got something to add to this. Why we are discounting the divine intellect of that, and why this is very special. If then I will just say, what did I get striking out of what you shared? If anyone else is there, Vijit Bhai.
Yeah, Shanti. So what I think is the Rishi Munis, right? So they already coming down with a divine intellect, right? So for us Brahmins, right, we don't have the divine intellect at the initial time, but our intellect become divine only when we realize Baba through this knowledge, because we get direct teachings from Baba, not only teachings but also the power from Baba, right? So that actually makes our intellect divine. But whereas you take the Rishi Munis, they don't have the direct knowledge of God. So, but yes, their part is different, our part is different. So we are becoming deities, so we get the divine intellect directly as a gift from God. But they don't play the part of deities, so they don't get that power. Though they have divine intellect, but they are not getting that, what do you call, see, they don't have to play that part in the Satyug, right? So they are not getting a direct teachings. They are, though they know the God, but they are not getting as much power that we get from God, right? So we get the direct teachings and we get the power also from God. So I think their part is important, because when we become Rajogunis, the Srishti, right, it has to be maintained. So they come down to balance the Srishti. So everybody has their own part to play in this. And this is the time we don't come with a divine intellect, right? So we have already become Tamo Pradhan, and then from zero we are becoming heroes, but they are coming down as a heroes, right?
Vidit, there was one thing first, let me tell you. You and I are also part of that copper age. Baba tells Jagdish Bhai he was Ganesh. And sometimes Dadi Janki says she was the one who built the Somnath temple. So please remember, it's not that they never went through the deity stage and all. They are, if I'm wrong, please correct me, Deepika Ben. Definitely, even they are the deity souls. There are some of them, we move on. What happens to us after deity souls? We don't freeze in just to come to the confluence age. We also go through those copper age and all, and we have our roles over there. And we were the Pied Piper. We only led them from the deity consciousness to body consciousness to split consciousness. And so now it is our duty as Brahma Baba, the Pied Piper, to take all of them. So one thing we should remember, it is not that they are direct. But what I feel is when Deepika Ben was saying, the scriptures which are written in the Copper Age is through Shruti and Smriti. Even what do they say about how Ramayana was written? Not when it happened. Valmiki idhar udhar gaya, then he sat down and through his Smriti it was written. So it was just what they heard and what they remembered. The scriptures were written. That is one thing we have to remember. And there was no help over there. And the stage goes down from Sola Kala, it goes down to Bara Kala, Art Kala. So what happened to that other art kala which was lost, which is needed for a sampurna form for to become Satoguni? So because after the copper age, if iron age was not there, oh, very good, the copper age people, divine intellect, wonderful job, we can say, no, that divine whatever intellect it was there, it led to more confusion, more this, it led to more tamoguni, it led to degradation, iron age. So now this man had to come. He said, see, I gave intellect was so good in the copper age, but nothing, they still turned bad. So there, this is the difference what I feel between the divine intellect now. So after this, we are not going to go back what I say, no Rajoguni, Tamoguni. We have to become Satogani, Solakala, Sampuran. We have to retain the color. So maybe this divine intellect, because of the catalyst of Shiv Paramatma, and through so many things and all, everything else was different. So I think even there is divine intellect. But if it is really divine intellect, it was just a wake up call. And the remnants of the deityship were probably there. But it is, and you and I were there. I don't know what you were, but I always think I was some kind of a saint or something, finding out something. So we were there. So what I think that divinity and this divinity, the only difference is that divinity did not lead to Sato Pradhan. So one more age we had to go through. And so it was here where Baba said, oh my God, let me pick up a few and give them. I think maybe this could have been things. So that's why we should be fortunate about this. And even that spiritual vision is more, Baba hasn't mentioned, for us, see, to get a vision of Shiv Baba, Paramdam, Golden Age, for us, we think, they think it's imagination. We know, hone hi wala hai. I think maybe this could be, Deepika Ben, what do you say?
Probably.
Mhm.
Girija's sister could be.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vijay
nice.
bhai,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
right.
I would.
Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. And of course, they are not actually doing any effort, right? During when God comes, they are not making any effort, right? Agrijaban, to make their intellect divine. See, now Brahmins are making effort to make their intellect divine, divine in the sense not to have even the slightest thought of any vice or anything. So our objective would be
Vijay
to
bhai,
remember.
sorry, I'm
Mm.
stopping you.
Yeah.
You simply didn't become divine. You got that gift. Even if they had got, so you see, that's the gift. If you and I were not given that gift, divine eye, even you and I would not have seen Shiv Baba as he is. So we should be thankful that we have koto koi me koi, we have been chosen. So
Yes. It's about the
it's a gift,
part.
gift.
Mm.
Yeah, go ahead, Bijit Bhai.
No, no, no. I said it's also a part, right? Because they don't have that part that we are playing. So that's why they have to become Tamo Pradhan, and we will have to become Sado Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan. So
Yeah,
they don't go through that phase.
correct.
Thank you.
Mm.
That's the thing.
Yes, yes, yes. It's about the part. Correct. Rightly said. Because also a few, uh, like not every, like Rishi Muni or Santadi uh, opposes or does not come into this. Many even follow uh, Brahma Kumaris, and many even subtly, understand or want to learn. So it depends on the path, rightly said, Vichitai. Yeah. Any other point? Any other thing? Hmm. Striking a balance also is one of the important things that intellect does. In decision making, then visualization. Um,
Deepika, it's a churning power to whom do we give? Because day before yesterday in the Sakar Budli, not Sakar, I think Avyak Mudi Baba spoke of these two powers, churning power and power of tolerance. Can you say this churning power actually, to which is it the mind, is it the intellect? Whose job it is generally, the churning power?
Manan, right? Manan Shakti.
Mind.
Ca- uh, huh. Can it not be a combined work of two? Because the mind will only give thoughts, right? The work of the mind is only to give thoughts, sankalp karma. But it is the buddhi, no? It is the intellect that shapes or gives those thoughts a direction. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
But who brought thoughts?
meditation,
Who brought the thoughts? Isn't it the mind?
it is the mind.
Yeah. See, if mind
Yes.
had not brought the thoughts, intellect will have no recipe to sit and do. Yeah, in the
Mm,
mind, is like wild. So you are right when you said
mm,
intellect balances it. You're right in that. But I was just thinking yesterday when Baba spoke of churning, I said, Baba, now who does this churning? Is it the mind or is it the intellect? Because intellect does thought means mind. First thing mind. Picture mind.
yes, yes. Because mind only has this job of bringing in the thoughts. Correct.
Hmm.
Very rightly said. So, anything else? Any other point? We will continue with this probably tomorrow. Baba is meeting the groups and the other parties. If anything is left, okay. Okay.
Do you sing, Deepika sister?
Mm-hmm.
Do you sing?
Um, not very
Because
often,
now
but
I have asked all the hosts to sing, whoever have come. So meditation, of course, it's something beautiful. But that song brings an emotion. I tell you. So I love to. If you were sing, I don't want to force you. We are happy with your meditation. But I was just thinking, we have not heard you singing. That's why.
probably I can come prepared, a little bit prepared tomorrow.
Okay, no problem, sister. Sorry. I'm sorry for
No, no,
embarrassing
no.
you.
No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's like
Okay,
a family.
tomorrow we'll hear you.
Uh,
Tomorrow we'll hear you. Now you can give us your lovely meditation. If it's okay, sorry, Bijit Bhai, you have to give the admin has to tell you. Sorry, Bijit Bhai, I took your turn.
No, Vijit Bhai actually left, I guess. Mm,
Oh, okay.
so we will just take a minute. Let's sit back in silence, guiding my intellect straight to Baba. handing it over to him, and asking him to guide me throughout. I surrender my mind, my intellect to Baba, allowing him to use it wisely, accurately for his tasks. With this one thought that everything today, every decision I make, that will be guided by Baba. I move ahead with this thought today. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Deepika Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.